What's all this ruckus?
Only care I have is how to spend the day.
This armor's seen better days.
One last push, and I'll be done for the day.
Perhaps I'll just use what's left in the pantry. I shall be on top form today. I can feel it.
I hope I've not left all time done. This place is lovely. I might stay one.
Would that spend the day here?
Look, long as you please.
Dead or no.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
This is really scary. I'm not silly. I meant the therapy.
Welcome.
I find any turkeys.
Day beckons.
Well met, sir.
This looks as good a place as any.
Fine wares all. Time to head home, I suppose.
Well met, sir.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Praying for... Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security, so pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Fancy a gander? Fine. Where's all?
Look,
It seems you must attend a palace masquerade if you were to meet the one who would falsely claim the title.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? I can accompany you to the castle entrance, Master, but no further.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
suppose I best earn my keep. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Those new recruits
We shall remain here.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be a masquerade this day.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
I'm sure I can handle this. It's quite surely lift their swords. Everyone's as tired as I am. Stay out. I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure. It's not a miss here.
You are not allowed in here.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
Mayhap you've been misinformed, sir, but there isn't to be a masquerade this day.
Can't help but talking over smooth.
Couldn't hurt to put my feet up. Those new recruits could barely lift us.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
If I could find a noble to lay on top.
What is one to do?
I'm sure I can handle this. But quite awfully expensive.
What
sure I can handle this.
Can get very dark.
Not really important whatever happens here, anyhow.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is well.
Dare I presume I've caught your eye?
Mayhap I really
Breadth of knowledge is no less important than depth.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident. What must needs be done? I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
On me to bear what young shoulders become. Surrounded by winches on all sides. Mayhap I really would have been better off if they...
Perchance you've heard. The coronation is soon to be held, it seems. The Sovereign, wounded in glorious combat with the dragon, is recovered at last. No tidings could be more joyous. Indeed, 'tis a weight off my heart to think that our fair Vermund shall once again be governed by a true ruler.
I'd sooner stay out of the battle where it possible.
I meant the fairer things than this. It's the same. They are. Just how I like it.
Such quietude is a blessing. That's such a peace.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored up.
So enjoy dancing.
Sovereign in decades. Another fancy party hosted by the Arisen. You think you've seen him plenty merry by now.
Indeed. The Arisen has always been the mainstay of
Have you
Vermund.
heard? There's to be more
Only they
restrictions
actually
on goods traded with the Tar. Apparently,
I expect that's why he's been up listening to fancy tones and watching British squirrel removal. Makes the man wonder whether Google is going to rise up and deliver us salvation.
Enough of that. Such things are not for common soldiers to question. What have you been afraid of such apparent well-marriage? I wonder what rumors are to be had at court.
These masks are naught but a hindrance.
Silence cultivates wisdom. Got to focus. My head will roll if aught goes awry.
I've little enough gold to spend as 'tis.
Not really important whatever happens here, anyhow.
It would seem our sovereign has recovered enough to talk. Word reached my ear that he would be attending, though I've yet to espy him.
No doubt he must first meet with the Queen Regent.
Though mayhap he wishes not to show his face for all, burned as it doubtless is, he has only just recovered from his glorious defeat of that dragon.
I've been place to see something.
So, tell me more of this ox cart.
Is there aught you require?
Methinks I'll have a rest. My feet ache from dancing.
Mindless labor is for mindless men.
Surely it wasn't my affairs of which they whispered.
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
All my peers seem so much more capable.
This place is awfully dull. There are few places where they can let go of
Or is it without doing things? So many happy faces carried on the wind.
Such quietude is a blessing.
This is quite the dilemma.
Townspeople depend on me.
I've been feeling I've forgotten something.
I dream of adventure and dalliances with bandits.
A breath of fresh air is just what I needed.
Captain will have my head if I skip another patrol.
Mayhap I really would have been better off with
The sky always puts me in a contemplative mood. I like to come here when I'm
All my peers seem so much more
a place to soothe the spirit, yes.
Beauty fades, but true talent will ne'er age. So tired.
It is high time I received
Just about
my
anyone.
invitation.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
Keep my arm strong.
A fine place to sit and gather one's thoughts.
I only pray my watch all my days is so tranquil.
Want some in a real battle? I'll prove my worth.
Rain the time.
Why, you're... No. Pay me no mind.
We who are gathered here are naught but nameless nobles. 'Twould be uncouth to inquire after another's identity.
I find dressing for these occasions awfully.
These festivities are part and parcel of our station.
They're the same. Tired faces in the same tired frocks.
Surely these extravagances cannot continue.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
I ought not neglect.
These festivities are part and parcel of our station.
Nice place, this.
Surely these extravagances cannot continue.
Captain will have my head if I
All
skip
my
another
days
patrol.
are so tranquil.
Spend them in dreams.
I ne'er tire of these occasions.
The
I'd sooner stay out of battle where it's possible.
Not sure why our patrol boots laced. I'm ready for too many undervalued.
This is a place to forget one's troubles. Really now?
Bunch of sluggards. New blood. We shall await you here, Master.
My sword arm could use some work.
I'm just grateful I get to lead quite well.
Is no less important than death.
What is life without a little spice?
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles. Let's take it easy.
Back to it, I suppose.
I'll teach him a lesson.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the arisen.
We have a perfect spot to sit and think a while.
So tight. I'd kick
Perhaps
just
a
about
breath of
anyway.
fresh air. I am all of a dither.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
It's on me to bear what younger
I'd sooner stay out of battle where it's possible. Such quietude
There's
is a
comfort in the
blessing.
humdrum of daily life.
Sometimes this is the only place I can find peace. A place to soothe the spirit. What is life without a little spice?
Such quietude is a blessing.
Captain will have my head if I was keeping up with patrol. My list of duties grows ere longer.
Best to remain sober. Much to be done on the morrow.
Dull days for us are a sign that all is well.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour all you like. You won't find
In here.
I've been here the whole time.
Open up!
Open this door right now. We're coming in.
dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty. Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check. Lest you forget, these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phaesus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. Come see me in my bordlery, whene'er you're so inclined. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there. Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients. No harm in picking a few.
Every minute of this existence is all this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Nothing more pathetic than begging for your life.
Suppose I'm tired.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason. Ah, excellent find.
Look as long as you please.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phases, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phases fellow, but what precisely is...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope, to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Disa's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Tis of dire import we unmask the false sovereign. To that end, we must travel to Vermon's eastern edge.
Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Would you care to behold a forgotten rift stone, as yet undiscovered in this world? Then follow me. It isn't far.
Phantoms!
Their ilk fear holy light above all else. Right where it is.
I'm sure your next attack is no less powerful. Let my magic launch you in elemental reach.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
The arisen has been called. Quick, douse the flames! You are in need of healing.
Wait a moment.
Would that such tranquility could last. Indeed. I will protect you.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. This seems a decent spot for a campsite. I'm in no need of a rest.
Am I the first to notice we've all got different vocations?
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way. I see it as a glad day. We are well poised to supplement each other's success.
Do not despair! I'm coming to your aid!
Go where your help is needed. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
That there is a Dula hound!
Genius. Though I'm not sure the Cyclops will agree.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Unbelievable. Oh, methinks the fiend smelt that. Just a few more for good measure. I've some catching up to do.
You're soaked! You try not to touch cold.
Feast your eyes on this.
I am safe. Thank you. It seems we have enraged our foe. Might we not use their rage to our advantage? Shall It is a foe's worth. Not to say our best will do.
Of course. I see it now.
We would do well to... I shan't let them harm you. Shall fall. I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well. It's broken, and repairing it is beyond our means. We've no choice but to take the longer way around.
Nothing else for it, I suppose. I learned of a campsite near here in my time beyond the rift. If you'd follow me, I'd gladly lead the way.
Very useful ingredient. Be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
What is that, a tower? Nay, a statue.
We ought to take a closer look.
You'll not live to regret this.
Let me get that.
'Tis about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
Harpies, Master! I shan't allow any further harm. Let my magics grant you an elemental ring. We are to retreat, then? Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment. Right you are.
The false sovereign has been an enigma for far too long. What say we make for Vermin's eastern edge and investigate him? I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Would you care to use a shortcut, Master? I learned of the existence of such a path while traveling beyond. Follow me. You've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen.
I am well aware of the particulars.
Continue our onslaught, and the behemoth will soon topple.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
Well done. I will protect you. grant you fire and flame. Well.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. Right, just follow me.
You there! Are you looking to enter the village? You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this place? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
I don't know about you, Master, but word of a curious village does more to spark my interest than deter it.
You'd best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here. You'd best go out. There's no business to be had here. That's...
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Always a pleasure. Fancy a look at my wares?
Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. Have you some business here in the village? Arthur. 'Tis a name unfamiliar to me, I'm afraid. At least, no one by that name lives here, sir. You would know of our village? As you can see, 'tis a simple place, tucked away on the eastern edge of Vermund. Is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Arthur. 'Tis a name unfamiliar to me, I'm afraid. At least, no one by that name lives here, sir. As you like, sir.
Once the day's work is done.
This is the inn. We've room to spare if you're looking to... Of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again.
The stairs that follow our every move mark this as no ordinary village.
'Tis eerie.
Hail! I take it you're the outsider my lord mentioned. How'd he know to expect you? I couldn't tell you. Why not ask him yourself? You'll find him in the manor atop the on-hill.
I'm not interested.
Greetings. I must say I'm impressed by your intuition, sir. You found me out far sooner than most. I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in our fair village. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, that is easily explained. For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed a worthy candidate. Which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Quite a bit, I should think. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see, and your title tends to make you stand out among the rumors we collect. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, she's... Oops, I mustn't say another word. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality in political matters. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. My apologies. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye. Take care, then. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate technique. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foes, both minuscule and mighty. Take it, and do with it what you will.
The Maester's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts.
It is an honor and a privilege to serve a master so accomplished.
This is the inn.
Of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Don't bring trouble to...
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say. I've lived in this village many... Is there aught else you'd care to ask? If aught about our humble village, for 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed a worthy candidate, which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see, and your title tends to make you stand out among the rumors we collect. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen Regent. In response, she's... Oops. Don't misunderstand. Those who deal in... Is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care, then.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
Each to their own.
Got something for me?
Here to ask aught of me, are you?
What brings you here?
a letter most inscrutable, and I fear 'twill remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Beg pardon? Why would you ask such a thing? A letter? Oh, you've made quite the discovery. Brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of the arrangement. I'm sure you understand. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye, take care.
Is this place bereft of beasts and brigands both?
If we seek monsters, we shall doubtless find them ere long. A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Never seen you about. You the outsider? My lord spoke of you. Come on, follow me. I've something real nice to show you.
Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye, take care then.
Fancy a look at my wares?
This is the air course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again.
This is the inn, of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Do stop by again.
We are none of us alike in vocation. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use. We ought to take a closer look.
Could you come over here?
Let me get that.
Is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care then.
Well met, sir.
Whatever 'tis, I'll thank you to leave me out of it.
Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
Well met, sir.
Got something for me?
Aught you need of me?
Is that who I think it is? Aye, I reckon so. Rather more common looking than I'd expected. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. It's a question of skill at the end of the day. So you say, but you wagered against our visitor, did you not? And I'd do it again. Just look at that fool's face.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
You'd best go elsewhere, friend. What's wrong about this place? There's no business to be had here, that's for sure.
I fear I've naught useful to share.
Fancy a look at my wares?
I'll sleep soundly tonight.
Well met, sir. How might I help you?
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Do you know how long you'll be?
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up. Dear me.
You're here. I've been waiting for you.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. Come on. Ask away. Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, but he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar on his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind a shred of evidence. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in the lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll show it to you. That all you wanted to ask? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. Anyone that complacent has got no business being a thief. We only train the rare few who make it here. Some might go so far as to say that the entire village was built around this spot. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time, then.
Can't work as late as I used to anymore.
Now that's just splendid. That's made my day.
Is this where you've been all this time? 'Tis rather far from where we agreed to meet up.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Here, if you please.
This is, of course. Nothing's free in this world.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace my bedroll.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
Fancy a look at my wares?
It is about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master?
Aught appears to have changed since we were last here. Let us proceed with due caution.
What could be the cause? This demands further investigation.
We've little need.
There's aught to be found there. Can you not see it?
We ought to take a closer look.
Even from this distance, yon statue cuts a striking figure against the horizon.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. You have my protection.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen. 'Tis broken, but methinks there is still a way forward here. A campsite lies near here. I remember passing by it on my travels beyond the rift.
A Cyclops! I'm not a threat to it! They have to think on something! I grant you roaring flame. Focus your strength, Arisen! It seems we have enraged our foes. Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
I'm well aware of the details.
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brant will know how to put what we've gleaned to good use. We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brant. Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way. I learned of a campsite near here in my time beyond the rift. If you'd follow me, I'd gladly lead the way.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Our foe has been thrown off balance. There is no better time to strike. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. I grant you fire and flame. Use it well.
If we mastered that attack, we would be invincible.
'Tis broken, but methinks there is still a way forward here.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but...
What is that, a tower? Nay, a statue.
We ought to take a closer look.
One's shaking.
'Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
We'll never get anywhere if all we do is rest.
We shall be ill prepared for battle if we rest overmuch.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Nice armor you've got.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Come to think of it, we're all of differing vocations, aren't we?
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
I see it as a glad thing. We are well poised to supplement each other's strengths. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. I grant you roaring flame.
Most effective!
Might I interest you in my humble way? Yes. Much obliged, sir. I'll hold on to this. After all, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor. Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
We might scratch another task off our list while we're here, if we are so inclined.
Efficiency is not the only factor worthy of consideration.
My legs are stiff as boards after training. My bad.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent. excellent find.
Over here, if you please. They're Master Saurians! Ice is our ally against such fiends. You have my protection.
That's what I like to see. Dead almighty. I wonder if I'd be better off behind those bits. I'm in no hurry
The rules at your leisure.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated... to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find. Well met, sir. Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost. You know where to find me. I'm certain there is one.
Think straight. Never live it down. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Marvelous work!
That's it!
Got to try to enjoy that. There's got to be something fun to do.
How are we to fight with such...
Would you mind coming over here?
Don't know a town till you've met its people.
Oh, what does this say? The one we seek isn't here. Perchance we've come at the wrong time.
I dare say we shan't make much progress as things stand. What say we refresh our minds as to the details of our task?
At last. 'Tis a good thing we waited.
By your leave.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, I'm afraid this paper alone does not constitute sufficient proof. Ah, but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth till the man resurfaces. And all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will continue to deepen. A clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter personally. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, Your Majesty. Your aid has been invaluable.
So the false sovereign operates at the behest of Queen Regent Disa. This spider has woven her web rather carefully.
Shall we report this development to Captain Brant? We're here, Master.